Good morning. I just finally finished the 72. That was a product of a mistake. Actually, I ordered an engine that had the 1-inch shaft instead of the other, and actually I'd waited for availability so long that as soon as it popped up, I was like, oh, jump on that. Well, as such, I didn't have any PTO clutches laying around that were for a 1-inch shaft, so I decided to take a different route with it, and I went clutchless. So on that 1-inch shaft, it just so happens that the spindle pulleys will fit it. I think I'm running a spindle pulley off of one of these older 72s for my blades, and a spindle pulley off of a 52, I think, for my PTO, or for my hydraulic pumps. The hydraulic pumps are slightly overclocked with this pulley setup. I believe it's this one, yeah. It doesn't really matter. Years ago, I did blade tip clocking tests, and was buying, I don't run 52s, but I was sourcing 52-inch pulleys to put on other mowers to manipulate. But also, let me say, don't ever modify your mower. Okay, so how am I engaging my blades? Well, without a PTO clutch. I just did it as as I remembered approximately from using a Dixie chopper. You roll that in. I use my feet, and then if there's some shittery going on, then I just kick it with my foot. Now, that being said, the way the design came up, it was a matter of I needed to just get it done. So I didn't want to use that piece that you just saw rotating, because I had aspired to turn this into a small remote control mower, converting the wheel motors to brushless, and then doing a lithium pack, and then putting a small deck across there. It would have been perfect. It's like ready-made. But the fact is, you'll never find probably better all-around materials to use than on these medical things, because they're just overbuilt. It's a liability thing. So once again, let me remind you, don't ever modify your mowers. So anyway, that piece got sacrificed, but in the end of the day, that made it so much easier, because I have a nice smooth bearing supported rotation. Now it is tack welded, it is welded on there, but I'm good with the grinder. If I need to, I can nick that off of there if the bearings go bad, and replace it and re-weld it. Another consideration is that with this, I remember the Dixie choppers had a little piece that went to fully stop the blades. I do find that the blades continue to run on a little bit. I don't know whether I want to correct that. Now, what would happen is if you would hit yourself or something, it will cut, because they're still rotating. I don't know if it's exact. No, it wouldn't be as fast probably, or it could be as fast, but it's not locked in, and if it hits something, it's not gonna hit like a real blade strike. It's gonna hit and stop, but the inertia is gonna cause some damage. So now I can either completely stop that with that little brake mechanism, or I can let it run on and save the belt. Now, some people are saying, yeah, you're saving some money, you're not running a PTO clutch. But you see, it's not about just money, it's supply chain. But they do have an argument to say, but how many $100 belts are you going to end up replacing? Now, if I let the blades run on after disengagement, probably no more belts than would be normal, because then it's not just riding in that V groove back there after the spring tensioner is released. So I don't know. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with that. I'm going to get ready for paint. I got to rebrush this back bumper, clear coat it, and then I'm going to take the forks down to silver and lay in the yellow in the windows so it has a little accent, and then clear coat those. But I don't want to pop a can of clear coat. And then actually I'm going to do the rims before I do the clear coat. And the only reason I'm not fooling with much else is that I'm trying to redo the way the deck is done. So that's where I'm at with the 72. I'm super happy to get it back up and running. It seems like it's overpowered now with you know, I've reduced the mass. I've done a lot of different things. We'll see as we get into next season where I end up going with it. But for now, I just wanted to put out a quick video showing how I did that. Now it keeps me less susceptible to supply chain issues. You know what I mean? I'm also not. There's less tax on my charging system here because I don't have to pull in that electromagnetic clutch, PTO clutch. So, a quick update before I go. Don't ever modify your machine, but also the lithiums. You know, the lithium battery that I have in here, and you know, and everything. Hold off on getting those. Maybe until you see a video down the line, because I am having problems in cold mornings with the start. I know they're not supposed to have a difference on cranking amps based upon ambient temperature, but you do get a difference in your fluids. Your fluids are heavier. So all of these machines, pretty much, the hydro belts are still engaged. So your whole hydro system with cold fluid in it, the engine oil with cold oils in it, is going to give more reluctance to rotate, and therefore, despite their claim that lithiums don't have cold cranking amp issues because they don't change with temperature, there will be a difference, you know. So it may not be a viable solution for size and weight reduction. All right, have a good day.